So I was scrolling on YouTube and this video popped up on my For You page that said, you've officially been challenged to a 75 hard YouTube edition. Now, I've tried 75 hard, like the real version. Well, it was 75 soft. I amended the rules a little bit to fit my lifestyle, but anyway, I've tried it I think 2 or 3 times now and I never completed a single challenge. But this video caught my attention. I've been on YouTube since 2016. It is something that I have struggled with. I can't believe it's been almost 10 years, and if you guys can see from my following, I don't have a huge following on here. I haven't been super consistent with YouTube. It's been this thing that I feel like I'm called to, but just haven't been able to stay consistent. I've been in somewhat of a limbo phase trying to unniche myself from creating reseller related content, but by doing that, I've actually limited myself in what kind of content I do create. In an effort to not limit myself, I did exactly that. And so seeing Frankie's challenge and watching that initial video really lit something inside of me to actually pursue YouTube for real this time. The idea of 75 soft is super intimidating, especially because my track record is not great. I haven't stayed consistent through the whole 75 days any of the times that I've tried the challenge. I mean, that's a really long time to commit yourself to something and have to be very repetitive and do the same things over and over again every single day. Here's my issue with the 75 hard phenomenon. It is unforgiving. And I know that that's the whole point. Like, be consistent, work hard, don't give up, blah, blah, blah. But I just don't vibe with that. I don't want to get mad at myself for forgetting to take a progress picture. I don't want to feel like a failure because I wasn't able to drink a gallon of water that day. So instead of doing 75 hard, I've always done 75 soft. And I gave myself permission to change the rules and not be so hard on myself if I wasn't meeting the standards that I was setting up for myself. I'm a mom and a business owner, and so in order for me to do a challenge like this, I needed something that was malleable to my own routine and my own lifestyle versus me trying to take my crazy chaotic life and fit it into this box that somebody else was designing for me. And even after the editing, I still wasn't super consistent with it. There were days that I would miss, there were days that I didn't complete everything on the list, but that was okay. The point of it, I think, is to push yourself to try to adapt to these new habits and be graceful with yourself, because we can't expect ourselves to change like this overnight. We have to keep practicing. It's like with strength building. The more you lift weights and the more you exercise, the stronger your muscle's gonna get. If you take a little bit of a break, it's not gonna ruin your whole progress. It's just gonna take a little bit longer to get there, but that's okay. The thing is, even though I didn't stick with the 75 soft challenge every single time, I still picked up a lot of the habits that I was trying to build. And even now, I am continuously doing those things that I wanted to build for myself, even though I didn't finish the challenge, which in my book is a win. Now, in terms of this 75 hard for YouTube, I'm gonna try a 75 soft. I loved this idea. Like I said, it caught my attention right away when I saw Frankie's video on my For You page. I was like, oh my god, that sounds so interesting. And she pulled me in, honestly. She did a really good job convincing me to try. But I am going to do my 75 soft version. Frankie challenges us in her 75 hard video to post a video every single day. It doesn't have to be crazy edited. It doesn't have to have any fancy graphics. You don't have to have any professional equipment or anything. She just says, get into the habit of creating videos, and the more we practice, the more we'll be able to see what we're capable of doing. And as much as I wish I really could, I know that if I put those kinds of expectations on myself, I would get really into my head and get really frustrated at the fact that I wasn't able to stay consistent for 75 days with how much is already going on in my life. So instead of doing a video every single day, I am committing to 2 videos every single week for 75 days. And this is gonna require me though to still be working on YouTube in some way throughout the whole 75 days, whether that's me looking up other content, responding to comments, editing videos, working on thumbnails, whatever it is. I wanna be doing something, at least spending 30 minutes a day doing something related to YouTube. The whole point is that I am showing up for myself and I'm getting over this fear I have of just beginning. The biggest challenge I personally have with this is creating content that actually lights me up. I have, like I said earlier, been in the reselling niche since I started this account, and I've been trying to find myself outside of that persona. It has been really difficult because obviously I've built my audience on that kind of content, so any other content that I create just doesn't land as well with my existing audience. The thing is, you have to keep trying. I think something that Frankie also said in one of her videos is it's not that the algorithm doesn't like your videos, it's that your audience doesn't like your videos. And so you just have to practice and throw things out there until you post something that your audience is going to resonate and is going to like. And that just takes practice. There's a lot of fear that's built up in trying something new or thinking that you're gonna fail, but fear is the number one thing that stops us from doing the things that we truly want to do in this life. The longer we sit in that fear without action, the more our brain is gonna come up with these what if stories. What if our videos suck? What if somebody comments something negative? What if we mess up? What if it doesn't work out? But what if it did? All of these things are just stories. They are not something that is actually happening to us. Our mind is literally just playing make-believe. They are possibilities, sure. There is totally a chance that these things are gonna happen. But there is an equal chance that your videos don't suck. There's an equal chance that people are gonna comment really positive, supportive things for you. Our brain is playing make-believe with these negative what-if stories, but if we can just make a little switch in our brain to turn it into a game and imagine the most positive outcome, it's gonna be so much easier to dive into the unknown. Instead of giving power to the negative what ifs, we have to focus on the good things that are gonna happen. We have to focus on things working out in our favor. We have to focus on the people who are going to be watching all of our videos and who are waiting to hear what you have to say. Imagining all the things working out and having fun along the way sounds a lot better than being scared of the what ifs that aren't even happening. You could sit here and keep worrying about all of the negative thoughts you're thinking and not taking any action, and in 75 days you'll still be right here in the same spot. Or you could take on your own 75 soft or hard challenge, whatever floats your boat, and in a little over 2 months you will be in a completely different place in your life. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't, but you taking the chance on yourself is going to give you more proof that you can do hard things. Starting a YouTube channel might sound like the scariest thing in the world, but if you keep showing up for yourself every single day for 75 days, you're gonna just be gaining proof every single day that you are willing to show up for yourself, that you are willing to put in the work, that you love yourself enough to give yourself a chance. It's gonna prove to you that the what if stories are just make-believe. And in the worst case scenario, say one of the what ifs actually happens, say somebody leaves a negative comment on your video, you're gonna realize that it's actually not as bad as you think. You realize that you can actually put blocks on your comments so you can filter out anything negative. You realize that you can just delete the comment and not respond. You realize that you're still gonna be alive and breathing and creating what you want to create regardless of what some stranger keyboard warrior believes and wants to type out because they have too much time on their hands. You start to build up this confidence in yourself and trust that you know what you're doing and that you love yourself enough to try, and that's just gonna encourage you to keep on going and keep trying on new scary things. So the next time you have a big scary thing, it's not going to seem as scary because you have this bank of things that you've already done and accomplished even though you did have fear and you were able to move through it. Bravery isn't about doing things without fear, it's doing things despite the fear. It's taking that fear and alchemizing it and turning it into motivation to take action. Fear is always going to be there. Fear means that there is a part inside of you that is just trying to protect you. I don't know if you guys are Inside Out fans. I know I'm 30 years old, I love Disney movies, but in Inside Out 2, spoiler alert, we realize that anxiety is literally just trying to protect us, even though it makes us feel frantic and scared and stressed out and all of these things. The actions that we take through anxiety aren't necessarily the best, but those are all actions that are made in an effort to protect us, and usually it's trying to protect this smaller part inside of us, this younger self that we have inside. We need to meet that part of ourselves with love and compassion and grace. Doing this 75-day challenge is going to be scary, for sure. We're putting ourselves in uncharted territory and forcing our nervous system to adjust at such a fast pace. But we're here to rewrite the stories. We're going to infuse positivity, love, and grace into the fear and turn it into motivation to do the damn thing. So we're doing it. We are committing to ourselves. There's a super cute quote. I don't even know who says it. I see it all over the place, but it's, but what if it all works out? And I want you to keep that as your mantra as you are going through your 75-day challenge, and just keep thinking about the positives. Keep thinking about how good your life will be after this 75 days, after you challenge yourself. Even if you don't stick with the YouTube channel, how much can you learn about yourself? How much can you gain from this experience, regardless of the outcome? I want you to lean on that. If you guys are down to join in on the fun, go give Frankie a follow. I don't know her in real life. I just saw her video pop up and I am a huge fan of her already. I've watched all of her videos. She just started a new YouTube channel and she's doing the 75 hard challenge. She is posting every day, sharing tips, sharing updates on her journey, and sharing tips for new creators who want to get started on YouTube. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go give her a follow. If you guys want to join in on this, again, tag me. I want to watch your videos. We can keep each other accountable. We can support each other, and just know that I believe in you. I love you, and I will see you guys next time in another video. Bye!